School looks a little different this year. With everything going on, we're doing virtual Sunday School for this first semester. So each week you're going to get a video posted of someone reading or telling this story in a creative way. Some of them are just going to be reading straight from our story Bible. Some of them are going to be acted out and shared. Just different ways that we can share that story with you. And then we're going to help explain that making connections craft that we do so often in Sunday School, that you get to do at home now with the kids that you picked up or got delivered to your house. So as we get started, every week's going to look a little bit different. There's going to be some fun things thrown in, but I'm so excited to get started and share with you everything. So we're going to jump right into week 1. Hey St. John's family, this is Ann here, your Director of Children's Ministry. To kick off our first Sunday School here, we are reading from our Spark Story Bible. This is a story Bible that every child gets during their 3-year-old year at St. John's. So if you don't have one, please let us know. Our 3-year-olds that just turned 3 this year, we are getting them to you. Look out for your emails. Hopefully if the weather is still nice on October 4th, we can do it outside worship and give them to you then. If not, we'll make sure we get these to you guys so you can be reading at home. But for this first week of Sunday School, we are going to read from the Storybook Bible, and we're going to read this story called Joseph Helps His Family, and it comes from the book of Genesis. So Joseph helps his family. God always watched over Joseph. God spoke to Joseph in dreams, and Joseph used this knowledge to plan ahead. When the famine came, people from all over came to find food for their families because they heard that Joseph had saved up for 7 years. Even Joseph's brothers traveled to Egypt to find food. But it had been such a long time since they had seen each other, the brothers didn't recognize Joseph. Joseph kept the secret of who he was from his brothers for a while. But soon he couldn't wait any longer. Joseph finally told them who he was. I'm your brother Joseph, who you sold to the Egyptian traders. Don't feel bad anymore, because God sent me ahead of you so that I could save people, including you. This famine is going to last for many years. So hurry back to our father and tell him that I am safe. I want you to bring your families and your children and all of your sheep and goats to live near me. There's Joseph sharing all of his food, and Squiggles is hiding over here. Once Joseph's brothers saw who he was, they all hugged each other and cried. They jumped up and down with relief and joy. Joseph and his brothers talked and talked. The brothers talked from the time the sun came up to the time the sun went down. When the Pharaoh heard that Joseph's brothers had come, he told Joseph, tell them to go get everyone in your family. I will give them the best land in Egypt to call their own. Joseph gave his brothers wagons, food, and new clothes, and they went back to their father and told him the good news. So there's Joseph giving his wagon full of stuff to his brothers to go find Dad and bring him back to Egypt. Joseph is still alive. He's the ruler of all of Egypt. Everyone danced when they heard the news. This is all I could ask for, Joseph's father said. Now I will see my son again. Let's get moving. Joseph's family all moved to Egypt, but the brothers were worried. What if Joseph is still angry with us? We were so awful to him. What can we do? The brothers went to Joseph and said, here we are. We don't deserve to be your brothers anymore, so we will be your slaves. But Joseph said to them, don't be silly. I am your brother no matter what. Even though you planned for something bad to happen to me, God turned it into something good. There's Joseph hugging his brothers and his dad excited that he is still alive. our little star question says, how would you have felt if you had been Joseph and were seeing your brothers after such a long time? So we think in this story, before this story happened, Joseph and his brothers were not very good friends. His brothers actually sold Joseph to be someone's slave, to get rid of him. They were not very kind to him. But in our story, we see that Joseph forgave his brothers, and that God asks us to do the same, to forgive when something goes wrong, because God takes those things that happen to us and can turn them into good things for us. He asks us to forgive each other and to love each other no matter what. And so we're going to create a little forgiveness friend to help us remember that we can forgive, because forgiveness helps us. It helps us to move on and not be so angry. And it helps the friends around us who made a mistake learn that they're still loved, even if they made a mistake, like Joseph's brothers did, right? So with our forgiveness friend, you were given in your kit 2 strips of paper like this, a little keyhole like this to cut out, and then a blank piece of paper. On that blank piece of paper, you're going to trace your hands and cut them out like I did. They don't have to be perfect. That's okay. You're just going to trace the hands and cut them out. And then when you get the little keyhole shape cut out, you're going to turn it into a face. And I wrote on mine, and I want you to write on yours too, it says, forgiveness helps everyone. Because it helps us not be angry with people when they do something wrong. We stay angry at them a lot of times. But when we're able to forgive them, it helps us to not be so angry. And it helps our friends to know that we still care. It's hard to forgive. I know it is. Sometimes it's not very easy when our brother does something or our sister does something or a friend does something we don't like. But we need to try and forgive like God forgives us, right? God tells us that He forgives us every time we sin. And so we need to forgive others when they sin too. So once I have my little person decorated like this, I'm going to take these strips and I'm going to glue them or tape them, whatever you have, to both sides of the body, so that it looks like this. And then on each end, I'm going to attach the hands. And I'm using tape just so it goes a little quicker, but you can use glue or staples, whatever you have at your house to make it so that they stay attached. And then when you have this, you have a little forgiveness friend who can give you that hug to remind us that we need to be forgiven. And you can choose to decorate his arms or his hands, however you want. But we have our little forgiveness friend to help us remember that we need to forgive others like God forgave us and like Joseph forgave his brothers in our story today. So take some time as you make this and afterwards to think about maybe someone in your life that you need to forgive. Maybe someone said something to you that you didn't like and you're still holding it against them. Or maybe your brother accidentally broke your crayons. Take some time, think about who you need to try and forgive in your life. And remember that God forgave us. It's not always easy, but God forgives us when we mess up. So we need to try our best to forgive others like Joseph forgave his brothers. I hope you guys have a great week this week and really focus on trying to forgive your friends and forgive others when they do something wrong. I will see you guys next week via YouTube Sunday School. Thanks, guys.